Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. Kiba Lion, Shares, Joyce Matthews, Cheryl 522. Thank you all. Uh, just had some more alligator excitement this morning. This thing is getting brazen, but I was talking to some people. They said it's usual for Florida. I'm like, oh, okay. One thing, it seems like they are afraid of human, or there is something they don't like because my neighbor said, okay, let me show you. He walked toward the bank of the lake, and the alligator just turned around and, and walked the way I run. It was funny, but I'll post. It seems like every morning that one comes around and sunbathe. I think one of these days it's gonna climb on the bank of the lake here. It's very interesting. Oh my God, that's gonna be. Hopefully they will remove it before that. Anyway, today is the. I know I mentioned Trump first, but I'm gonna talk about the State of the Union address that's gonna happen today because it's major in the news. I feel it's gonna go well. I feel Biden is gonna get his achievements that he is going to mention or talk about this evening. You know, somebody said this morning a lot of Americans are not aware of all his accomplishments, to which I was surprised. And, you know, I should not be surprised because if you look at his poll numbers, I'm wondering, and I heard a woman this morning saying that Biden is, all those old people should go. Yeah, that's something we have in our society, and I feel people should stop doing these things. Yes, the person can be 90 years old as long as their mind is intact. Who cares? And Biden is executing amazingly well. It feels like to me. But my prediction is tonight he's going to do very well. And no, I don't see any threats. I mean, the threat is like people like Boebert, ignorant, Republicans who are maybe it may not happen because it feels like they think that Biden will cash in on them. That's why someone asked McCarthy if he was going to tear up Biden's speech because that's what Nancy Pelosi did to Trump last year. Not last year, but a few years ago. You guys are aware of that. In any event, that's what may prevent them from behaving like idiots. But Boebert has already said she's praying for Biden's death. Imagine that in a church, and everybody started clapping. Christians, it's amazing. But so if any of you have any concern, I don't see anything wrong or going wrong with the State of the Union this evening. And as the first text and my title says, "Are DAs, Attorney General, and Garland still afraid of indicting Trump?" You guys, do you remember Trump's last year in office, how I was going about said this guy's going to get indicted? I read this morning. I'm sorry, I did not read. I heard it on Morning Joe because he interviewed the person who wrote that. I forget his name. Okay, I should have written his name down. I saw him twice on TV, but I was busy with alligator sighting and recording. Just, in any event, he said that they were about to indict Trump his last year in office or the last few months. And it seems like Cy Vance left office and other people, bragged, chickened out. But it seems like there was a lot of AGs and DAs who were ready to take him on. But for some reason that evaporated. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is because those of you who have been with me for a while remember, and I thought he was going to be indicted in June, or I mean over the 2021 summer of 2021, or somewhere around there. And in fact, if you look at my old videos, I was saying this. It's because I was picking up all those guys all those DAs and AGs, they were. Basically, they came close. Pomeranz, thank you very much, Kimberly, for posting. Pomeranz said that this morning, or he said it a couple of times, that they came close to indicting him. In any event, I feel, do you guys remember I said they were chipping away at his influence and, everything about him? Patricia Allen says, much love, Milu. No internet right now, so relying on my phone, not exactly optional. But I know what you mean. Thanks for your support. Thanks for watching. Yes. I told you guys some of the things that they were doing to Trump. Okay, they were like chipping away at him, so that, and I did say nothing is happening in a vacuum. And this morning, I was listening again. I mentioned this yesterday. The way somebody told me it's Coke or Catch. I don't know I'm going to say Coke because I don't remember. I'm a little confused, so I'm going to say Coke. Somebody said that's how they pronounce it. Those people and other organizations that they have or they control, it's not only Democrats and other security services or the police or DAs and AGs and all those, the justice system was chipping away at him. Those people are helping as well because they want to discourage him from running for office because they know if he runs, he's going to lose. But at the same time, it's helping the DAs and AGs, whoever had fears of indicting him before, they're going to move past that. And there is not a major psychological impact from what the Koch brothers, I know there's only one left. I forgot the other one died a couple of years ago. What the Kochs are doing, I'm sure that it's a family, there's a family behind him or them, are doing is there's a psychological impact this is having on the MAGA base as well. Because those guys are rich and that's all they know about. Okay. So if they are saying Trump is not good, it's going to affect the Trump followers tremendously. And I feel Trump is going to continue to lose more support. Like I said, there is going to be a small percentage that no matter what, they're going to stick with him. But it feels like to me, those organizations that are coming out and making those statements, altogether is going to help minimize even more the potential for anybody to go out and do something stupid, really. That's what I am feeling when I focus on what those types of activities that are taking place. I feel like saying Garland's fear, I've mentioned this before, he doesn't have any fears of going after Trump anymore. And Fani Willis and New York State, they will pursue him. No matter what, no matter where. They don't really care. At least not anymore. And Bragg, well, the chipping away at Trump has served him well because that's what basically motivated him, because he has realized that Trump's influence on the MAGA movement is waning, and there are a few people who will continue. I mean, influencers in the MAGA movement. There are a few who will continue to support Trump, but I feel Trump is going to be very disappointed. People are not going to go out. Like yesterday, he retweeted something about civil war. Yeah. And I feel what the Koch brothers or the Koch family are doing, among other wealthy donors, what they are doing is having, I've mentioned this before, but I did not know why. Or at least this is part of what's causing Trump to really get depressed, because he expected people to continue to support him like before, regardless of his stupidities, his ignorance. And there is something else that's also having a major impact, and it's going to be even more impactful after tonight's State of the Union, comparing what Biden has achieved. And yes, the connection is going to be made between Biden's experience, his intellect, his knowledge, okay, with his accomplishment compared to Trump. They're going to make the comparison because, well, Trump wants to run again for president, and those people who are blindly supporting him. So after this evening, that's going to be clear, and the media will talk more about that, the difference between Democrats and Republicans. So Biden will do only very well this evening, but it feels like to me a lot of DAs, AGs are more willing to take Trump on. I don't feel. A lot of people are still wondering if they're going to go after him. I feel like saying absolutely, they will nail him. And did you guys hear that Melania was in the Situation Room when they took the last ISIS leader that our military killed? I forget his name. In any event, when I first heard it, I thought it was a joke. And that's to show you guys what I used to say when that family was in the White House. They did not care. They thought it was the private enterprise. They could do whatever they want. I could never imagine Michelle Obama barge into something that important and say anything. I'm sure the Bushes, and certainly not Hillary Clinton, unless she was within the government. The arrogance. I can't wait to see these people go down, because every time they proved what I have been saying to all of you, when the news come out that I was right about how they were behaving themselves behind the scenes, it annoys me even more. I don't get mad. I don't let it piss me off because I don't want to raise my blood pressure. But can you imagine? Things like that should not happen. This woman does not belong in there. Anyway, bye. But they're going to pay the price. That's my prediction for all the shenanigans. Joyce Matthews is saying, how will Sarah Sanders do with the rebuttal? Sarah Sanders can only be at the position that she's in, wherever she's governor at. Obviously, just like Florida, where is she the governor at? These people, they will elect, the red states, So it doesn't matter whether the person is qualified or not. Just like when Trump got elected, okay, and well, 80 million people voted for him the second time around. Can you imagine this? Okay, so it doesn't matter what until those potential governors or governors like DeSantis is embarrassing a lot of people in Florida, Republicans will vote for them. It doesn't matter. Okay. And somebody asked me the question yesterday if the Koch brothers are, so interested in keeping this country free and, like it's been, why are they supporting McCarthy? A lot of those people, it feels like to me, not until the person, they will support the person until they find out like Trump, the person does something wrong that was, something out of the ordinary. Yes, they are. Okay, thank you very much, Electra Storm. Yeah, Arkansas. Okay. Sarah Sanders is the governor. Well, I don't know much about Arkansas, but if I'm not mistaken, it's a red state. So that's why she became governor. Marilyn H. says, Milo, I have been saying, based on my observations and other political pundits such as Glenn Kushner, that Garland is too spineless to indict Trump. Now more and more people are seeing through. Yeah, no, you're right. And that's why he did not. I'm telling you guys, those of you who have been with me for a while, remember, I was certain he would have indicted Trump summer of 2021. You're right. He's spineless. He's gutless, but he does not have a choice. I even mentioned once that he was waiting, or one of his thinking was to allow Fani Willis to get Trump and New York to go after Trump first before he goes. Yeah, he is. I have difficulties with people like that. If I were in that position, anyway, let's move on. But yes, the Koch brothers, they will support the DeSantis of this world, okay? Unfortunately, until the person does something really wrong, and they don't care what he's doing, because the reasons why they won't mind if he becomes president, because they know he's gonna. Unlike Trump, that's what makes DeSantis more dangerous. He's a little smarter than Trump. Not that much, well, at least enough to know you don't piss off everybody. Because Trump, doesn't matter, he will turn on his own dog. He doesn't care. DeSantis can discriminate. Okay, I better not kick my dog, because if something goes wrong with the dog, I'm going to have to pay the vet bill. Trump doesn't think that way. Okay? So that's why. But those people, the Koch brothers and the 1% of the 1% that are supporting DeSantis, is because they know there are certain things he will not do, and they can control him better than they could control Trump, because Trump was too unpredictable. And he was dumb, or dumber than DeSantis. Okay? But it feels like to me a lot of them know at this point that DeSantis is damaged good because of all these. If you're not part of the majority, if you're black, Hispanic, or otherwise, you are not his people. And gay, lesbian, that's even worse, what he does to them. So, and there's a big to-do now, I'm sure all of you know, about the school, the banning schools, and it's a whole mess in Florida. So it feels like to me, intuitively, it's becoming more and more apparent to the Kochs and company that this guy, by the time it comes around to saying posing their candidature, he may not be a viable candidate, by the time, it's time for him to announce that he's running. Because, and also, Disney is waiting on him to declare or start running so they can go after him because of what he's trying to do to a town. From what I understand, there's a contract and a whole hullabaloo about that because he's even going after the corporate people to show how much of a strong leader he is, but he's going to get to eat it. He's going to get to eat it. The other person is, I feel intuitively, who's going to try to do the same thing is the guy from Virginia. I forgot his name, the governor from Virginia, because he too, I would be shocked if he doesn't run for president. And he scares me because he's more presentable than DeSantis. When I say scares me, I saw a woman this morning calling Biden old. We need to do away with those old people. The frightening thing to me when I was watching that woman on TV saying that, given what Biden was left with, rampaging, COVID was running wild, economy and free fall and everything else, okay? I don't know what these people expect or expected. In fact, we're doing better than I thought we would do because the guy, we're lucky to have him to guide the ship. These people, to me, they are having a hard time, and since they don't know very much, the only thing they can see is, well, his age. They don't understand what's going on, what got us here. And those are the type of people that scare me when it comes election time, who will listen to more polished people like Youngkin from Virginia. Did somebody post his name? I didn't, and I'm scrolling down. Okay, nobody mentioned it. I wanted to say thank you. I didn't want to. Okay, but it was just shown to me. But Youngkin can take advantage of those people. Ian McGrath said DeSantis couldn't run a bat, let alone the country. You're right. The thing is, but Youngkin, look at what he did in Virginia, the way he became, well, first of all, they suppressed a lot of votes. A lot of people had, buyer's remorse, and those who didn't vote, they later on, they realized they messed up. Okay. So, but those people scare me. The only thing they see is the person's age, not their mental capacity, nor what they have done. And to say, well, he's old. Do they have any idea where we were and where we are today and where we could potentially go? So intuitively, these are the people, when I've listened to them, and we have a ton of them in this country, that can give the keys to the federal government to people like DeSantis or Youngkin. That's my fear. But I feel like saying, if Democrats continue to persecute basically sell what they've been able to accomplish, they will overcome. But expect Biden's age to play a big role in the next election. It concerns me, I'm being honest. Okay, but I feel we're going to be okay. That's my prediction. And also, when it comes to Congress and the Senate, but it's not going to be easy. I'll tell you guys right now. And there's one thing I meant to mention. There is that earthquake in Turkey. There was nothing I could do except, even if I predicted it, it wouldn't have an impact on anyone over there anyway. First of all, I didn't see it. Number two, my channel is too small, so it would not have made any difference. But the only thing I can ask everyone to keep the Turkish people in your prayers. That's all we can do at this point. God's will. In any event, in upstate New York as well, they had a 4 something earthquake this morning or yesterday morning. No, yesterday. So I wanted to mention that. And somebody asked me a question. Let me pull. Somebody asked me, will Kamala Harris be the first woman president? There is a very good chance of that. Okay, but right now, it's, you know what, guys? Intuitively, I feel Kamala is a very smart woman, and but I am not sure. You ladies can tell me, but I feel I don't know if it's her color, her gender, or what. I don't feel she's getting a fair shake. Intuitively, that's what I feel. So, but yes, hopefully, the second term of this administration, and from what I understand, I heard this morning that she's going to be out more going forward. So she will probably be able to change that mindset. But I don't feel the media helped at all. That woman got some major hits. Negative, a lot of negative press. And I don't feel it was warranted. I was shocked, in fact, of the press that she got. Nobody's perfect. From what I understand, she had a big problem in her office. But from what I understand, we simply didn't know about it. Clinton was a little terror. He used to scream. He has a short temper. But if you see him outside, he's well polished. And, when I heard that, I was shocked, But we didn't know. So the same thing for Kamala. It seems, from what I understand, she has problems managing her staff, or misunderstandings and fights among them. I don't know. But anyway, I feel intuitively, I feel like saying she's gotten a bad rap. Nobody's perfect. Maybe she should learn how to better manage her staff. I don't know. But I feel she can correct this. And yes, there's a great potential for her to be the first president. First woman president. Okay. Burika is asking, I think Mayor Pete will be president someday. There's a very good chance of that. I think I mentioned that a long time ago. Yeah. This guy is very, very smart. Let's see. Teresa K. Taxes, I agree with you, Milo, about Biden's age. Yeah, it's really disgusting. As if all the people. Anyway, yeah, but I feel he's going to be all right. Electrosum says, Milo, all of that is gossip about her staff. Stop listening to gossip. I don't listen to gossip. It's in the media. I don't even think I don't think it's gossip. I think there's a grain of truth to it. She may need to. Nobody's perfect. You can be very smart and you don't know how to manage your staff. You'd be surprised how many people don't know how to do that. I'm talking from when I was in corporate. Some people don't know. You know what I mean? Let's see. Rita Moon says it's the same old story. She's damn if she does. Yeah, damn she doesn't. It's unfortunate, but I don't feel the media has been fair. To her. That's what I feel. But I know she has She has the intellect for sure, and Biden is not stupid for picking her either. He knew he would not have hired her. There were other people he could have, I feel, he could have selected. So, and I trust Biden's instincts. She is super qualified, if you ask me. Okay. And there was something. Craig Tilson gave me a super chat last night, and I didn't have a chance. I didn't see it until after I signed off. So I want to say thank you to Craig Tilson, I'm sorry, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Okay. And the other thing I wanted to mention is I was reading this morning something about the UN said that if the war in Ukraine lasts much longer, there is potential for a world war. While that's true, I am not seeing a world war yet. If that changes, I'll let you guys know. But when I read the article, it's a very short article. I feel like saying the only thing Russia has left to fight with, and they know what's scaring Russia if they were to attack the West. I believe I mentioned something similar yesterday. Their troops will be decimated. And the only thing they have left right now is their nuclear weapons. And they don't want to die. And intuitively, I feel like saying, well, that whoever said, well, the UN said it, okay, but there are a lot of people in Russia. First of all, they did not agree with this war. They certainly hate the way it's going. They feel basically Putin has weakened the country, and also they thought they were a superpower, and all of a sudden it's staring them in the face that they don't even come close to have what it's needed to be a superpower. They have a nuclear weapon just like North Korea, but that's about it. It takes a lot more than nuclear weapons to be a superpower. And they are missing the ingredients. And it's making a lot of people around Putin uncomfortable and unhappy. So what is keeping them, if they knew fighting a war with the West would be in their favor, they would have done it. And the other thing that's really keeping them, they don't want to use, I know they're talking about it, they don't want to use the nuclear option because they know they're going to get hit. The other thing is that's holding them back as well. Intuitively, I feel since I'm not a military person, obviously, we are giving the Ukrainians some of our weapons, not even the latest, and their troops are being decimated. Never mind if they were to take a chance in sending their troops to fight in Western Europe. They know all those things. They may be stupid, but they're not dumb. They're not crazy. Not dumb, but they're not crazy because they know it's crazy to send their military basically has been decimated. The only option they have now left is launch of nuclear weapons. And yes, the person, the UN has a very good point because Putin feels like he's being humiliated. But I feel it's more like in his head. And he knew he was trying to test Biden, and Biden just showed him he doesn't play that. He was surprised, and also Trump. And this will be discussed as well. Trump's legacy is causing all this because he believed in what Trump told him. Yeah, he made a mistake and went into Ukraine. He thought Biden was going to freeze. That's why they started with this whole craziness. They're going to use nuclear weapon. If anyone helps Ukraine, they were going to use nuclear weapon. And I told you guys at the time, I said, forget them. That the minute they said that, I would have been, give Ukraine everything they need to finish them off sooner, because I knew they did not want to die. Even till this day, they don't. And regardless of the lies that they are spreading in their TV stations and promoting that crazy guy from Fox News, Tuckums, don't believe the hype. They know that they are basically in a lose-lose situation. They can't turn it around. There's only one choice. And by the way, I just read this morning as well. I've said this before, and it's happening. It's unfolding a lot slower than I expected. But the civil unrest on the Russian military, I read it this morning. There's a lot of it going on behind the scenes that we are not aware of. All those things, unhappy military, unhappy Wagner group, because from what I understand, they decimated about 90% of his troops. That Wagner guy, I was reading it, he had 50,000 people there. He's left with 10,000, something like that. And nothing is good when it comes to those who are fighting on behalf of Putin, whether it's the Wagner group or the Russian military. They all hate it. And I've told you that before, and now I am reading it. It's happening. It's unfolding. So I would not be, like I've said before, as I'm saying this, I'm being sure, I forgot I mentioned, I said this, I'm still seeing the same picture of Putin somebody doing away with him. Yeah. If I see a world war, I'll let you guys know. Yes, the potential is there, but I don't see anybody. There is a lot. There are certain things I'm not going to say, but for them, they know it's a lose-lose situation, and they're looking for a way to minimize what can happen to them. That's what I feel intuitively. Okay, friends. Thank you very much for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. Let me see. I want to make sure. Oh my God! Spirit Beyond the Stars said 855 Russian soldiers were killed yesterday. Yeah, they are being decimated. Let's see. Pat Shield says Youngkin is the Virginia governor. Bait and switch guy. Yeah, you're exactly. Yeah, but he did that once. To me, it's dangerous. Those people who, since they don't know very much, they don't understand, and we have too many of those in this country. The only thing they can, they don't understand where we were and where we are, and why things are the way they are. I don't like it either. Oh my God, guys! I came to Florida because, the weather, and I wanted to spend less money in, rentals, and maybe in, real cities was less than where I was in Jersey. My rent almost doubled. So I don't like it either. But, I'm not going to blame Biden. Things would have been worse. We could have been looking at a depression if it was Trump that was in office. Yeah. It could have been worse. In any event, Thank you everyone for spending time with me. Thank you, chat monitors. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilo.com. Or you can send me an email or call me on my YouTube number. The information is scrolling right on your screen right now. Text me, call me, send me an email. We can negotiate a time that's good for both of us to talk. Please, if you like the channel, please subscribe, and also don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. And again, thank you everyone for spending time with me. I will see you all tomorrow. Till then, bye.